Hey everybody, this is Grace. Pardon the rain on the windshield, but hey, it is what it is. It's probably going to sprinkle while I'm out here anyway. In this video, I want to talk about something that I've been noticing more and more this last few months. Okay, and there's good and bad in this. I'm not going to name names or point any finger, directly at somebody, but what I've been noticing is more, and it's not my first time in my life, of course, at my age, to see something like this. But you know how we have, in this world, we have people who are rather sheltered, a bit naive. They are overall kind of innocent, and they're not bad people. They're good, decent people, but they might do stuff, make really poor decisions based on that innocence. Not based on, but because they are innocent and they don't realize there are consequences. They've never seen it. They've been so sheltered. You get my point on that, right? And then there are people who are not at all innocent, not all naive to something. They haven't been sheltered. They're well aware of it, of whatever it is, that they should not do that, but they do it anyway, out of selfish reasons, because it's all about them or them and their group, and they don't care about others outside of it. And they base theirs on what do they have to gain from it, and not care about others. Okay, so this is the thing I want to talk about. Okay, all right. Now, I haven't said anything yet. I hate it when people, not hate it, but I don't like it when people say, and they haven't said anything yet. But people who, it's like I was saying, there's the innocent people and the ones who are not innocent. Now, I'm riding the fence on calling them ignorant. It's more like they are, some would say they're narcissistic, some would say they're histrionic. And there's also, borderline and antisocial as far as cluster B personality disorders, but their behaviors, in some of these, I would see as more of a psychopath. Okay, they don't care. The bad ones, they don't care if they put anybody else in danger. They really don't care. It's all about them and what they want to do. They really do not care. And but the other ones, the ones that are innocent, okay, completely innocent. Now, many of us are, there is an in between. It's not always extremes, but many of us, all of us, every person on this planet has made a mistake in their life. I cannot imagine anybody saying that there's somebody who never made a mistake. We are human. We make mistakes. We're not born with the whole of what we need to do right and wrong from when we're, from birth. We're not. We make mistakes. We're not perfect. Nobody is. Okay? So, some of us do things. You have to grow. You have to age. You have to learn. You have to process. You have to gain wisdom. The knowledge, the wisdom. Then you can, whatever it is. We know this. Now, there is that question of, like innocence of the law. Yeah, you still broke the law. You still committed a crime. Okay. Now, but this, I'm not talking about, some of it should be a crime. But some people are innocent and they just, like I said, sheltered. They haven't heard that, this would be wrong for you to do at this point. And they think they're covered. Okay, from what little they've heard of it. That I think some people figure out what I'm talking about. That if you do this, that, and the other, ABC, then XYZ would happen. Or if you do ABC, then you're A-OK. Hey, that was kind of cute, wasn't it? But some don't realize that that's not 100%. Okay, nothing like along this line. It's 100%. Okay, remember, exceptions to the rules, and it's not 100%. It's not total. But then there are people. Okay, now the people who are innocent, they weren't doing it intentionally. They really don't want to hurt any themselves or anybody else. But it's a question of, when does it cross over to where you're not thinking? You need to engage the brain and see, like the crime, that if you do ABC, that could be harmful. When does that limit? Okay. Now, how do you feel about that person that you've seen and you see as an innocence, as an innocent person, a naive, kind of sheltered, and you see them do something? Do you judge them on the same extent, and it's to the same extent as the people who are well aware, but they're doing it anyway because of selfish reason? The other extreme. Do you judge them as harshly? You say, okay, you should have had a clue by now that you shouldn't be doing that. Given what you've already been through, you should not be doing that. And you should have enough of a brain to say, it's a group of people. You should have a brain there, at least one out of all of it would say, that's not good. Okay, again. Then you have the group or the person, the individual, who's just doing it because, wouldn't you think there would be a brain in there that's going to say, that's not right, I wouldn't even do that? Like the most despicable people on the planet would say, even as I am, I would not do that. Okay, and, that like those little groups, society or the groups, take care of themselves. They let that person know, you're not going to do that. That's wrong, and you need to make amends, and you need to, repent, basically. Whatever it is the way. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. The people who are innocent, naive, sheltered, okay, like I said, at some point, they should realize, okay, yeah, I can't do that. I can't be that. I can't do that. It's starting to add up in the wrong way. But sometimes even they are enough aware that they shouldn't be doing it, but they still do it anyway. You see? They have enough awareness, a little bit, but enough, and they still do it. Anyway, all of this I've been seeing, and what I've been seeing is online, but some I know, some I don't know. I just see it online. People I don't know on video. There's more than one place you can watch videos online, and I do believe that some, like I say, are that extreme to where they are. I would consider them, psychopath is not really a diagnosis. To be called a psycho, they're just psycho. That's what we used to say. People who do stuff, that are just bad and crazy and whatever. Now, I'm not talking like you see made for TV, even though we know that some of the things that are made for TV actually do happen. But I'm talking about, like I'm just saying, they're just not caring. They just don't care. And the bad ones. And it shouldn't be surprising to you, but those of us who aren't, we all make mistakes. Like I said, we're not perfect. But we're not out to just disregard anybody else. We're not doing, I wouldn't say some of these are doing it intentionally, but they're not caring that they do it. The ones I'm talking about, they just don't care if that's the result. Something bad for somebody else or other people. Okay, they just don't care. But, I'm seeing this and I'm like, I've got to make some kind of video about this because this is my pressure release valve. But it's so, it shouldn't be any surprise because, these people, lowlifes. Okay, I think many people understand lowlifes, that it's not saying low class, it's saying low lives. I think many people understand that it's a more simplified word for it. But they really don't care. There should be no surprise. But there still is. How can people just disregard other people's lives? that what could possibly happen. And this isn't like just the videos that I've done before. This is actually seeing somebody not care, not at all, and the other ones being so innocent and naive that it's the same. It could be the same kind of result. Where are we going wrong in this world? And it's not just, people here in the United States. Where has it gone wrong? That there is this, some people being so naive, and some people just being downright low life. I have a little bit of a clue, but social and behavioral scientists, it's just worsening. I think part of the reason, like some people will say, is that we can see it. It's still always been there, but now we are able to see it more because people love to make videos. Some people, not all. None of this is all. And you can see their mistakes. I'm sure in all these years, people have seen me make mistakes. I've been making videos. Next month will be 7 years on my original channel. I am sure I've made some mistakes. I can't pinpoint where and here and there and all that, but yeah, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. So, but mine is never intentional. Mine is never just out of, I don't care. But the bad ones I'm talking about, it is. Some of it, I would say maybe not intentional, but maybe deep down in them it is. They just don't care. Anyway, I've gone on about the same thing. Wrapping it up.